Hey Time Slicers, welcome to Slice Squad Spills. I'm your host, Nikki Wildflower. I went from a basement apartment to a multiple seven-figure empire. Now I'm here to share how you can do it too. Hello, everybody. It is Nikki Wildflower here, and we are on the Slice Squad Spills podcast. Today, big surprise, we have a really exciting episode. I'm here with my co-host, sister friend, Jackie.
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Nice. Last week, so we're on this blueprint journey with you where it's like I'm going from zero to like the maximum most, right? Like I'm on this journey, and we've helped so many people on this journey before. And what I'm really excited to share with you this week. So last week we talked about how important it is to really like specialize, to narrow down what it is you want to do, who you want to work with, and really focus on targeting that specific niche and that specific person. But here's the thing. That's not going to do anything. Knowing who you serve isn't going to do anything if nobody knows you fucking exist, will it?
Right. It will not.
How do we make sure that people that you want to know you exist, know you exist?
Mm-hmm.
And not just that they know you exist, but that they want to use your services. So we have two factors here. It's getting eyeballs on your business and converting those eyeballs into actual customers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to focus on today. It's going to be a rather short episode because, to be quite honest with you, I'm teaching a class in like 25 minutes. So it has to be a short episode.
That's all we got.
That's all we've got. So with that being said, you know exactly who you serve now, who you want to serve, who you want to target. How do you get eyeballs on your business? There's a few different ways. There's creative ways, and then there's like other ways. Social media, obviously, that's you talking to a lot of different people. That's more on the organic realm of things. That is a long game. It takes a while for you to really grow that presence and grow that audience. Of course, there's ads, pay for play. I mean, honestly, you can run ads, like low cost ads to messaging campaigns, and they can be super, super targeted and get people in your inbox. That's another way of getting traffic. But also, like, your content needs to not suck, which we'll get into later too.
It's a part of like last week's episode, right? Like, how clearly does it speak? But regardless, just posting every day, it's not going to, it is a long game, 100%.
Yeah. So when you, so I want you to sort of break things down into two categories, because there's two ways. There's really like a couple of buckets when it comes to having like potential customers, right? There are avenues that are one-to-many, like social media, like ads, like big events and stuff like that. And then there's categories that are like one-to-one, which would be just like reaching out and doing outreach and having conversations and that type of thing, referrals. I would argue to say that like in the beginning, one-to-one is actually the fastest way to grow. Just most people aren't willing to have uncomfortable conversations.
It's scary.
It's a big scary. It's a big scary because, like people are afraid of rejection, and it's like, well, what's the worst that could happen? Somebody says no. Yeah. And that's absolutely fucking terrifying. That would devastate me. That's how most people feel. It's a hurdle that you have to work over. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And not just that, there's in-person ways to really, like, traffic to me is leads, right? Leads, potential
clients. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I know that Jackie has some creative ways of making that happen. I'm going to give you like a couple of ways that I have used at work. For me, like, I think probably the number one thing that has worked in moving the needle forward in multiple businesses for me and for our clients is just connection in general. Connection is so important, especially when it's like, especially when we're talking a local business. Like, you want to do what you can to connect with people. So that could be, providing value and then starting meaningful conversations via social media, text message, whatever it is. That could be running ads to your messenger, and then still connecting with those people one-on-one and having a genuine, meaningful conversation that you have to master the art of converting to an actual client. And then, of course, there's the social media long game, really long game. Like, just to assume that you are going to like organically reach people in your area by just posting is probably, you are overestimating how difficult that is. Like how much more of it you would need to do for that to happen. So like, what's actually going to be the fastest way?
Connection. So SEOs exist, right? Like they exist, and it's something that you can focus on and utilize, right? Like using keywords in your marketing, making sure that like in your bio, your location is there, that you're using tagging locations in your posts, right? Of like local landmarks and stuff like that. And it still doesn't work the same as connection. And so like the first step that I typically have people do once they've got their like marketing, they understand who their ideal client is, they've got their marketing down, in order to gain exposure. Once you've got your marketing like figured out, and you don't have to be great at it, right? Like, but you're speaking to that one ideal client in your marketing. What I have people do is join all of the local Facebook communities that exist around them, especially the ones that they think their ideal client avatar might hang out in. So like a lot of clients, they love to work with moms, right? So like join the mom groups. Do you feel like your ideal client would be really interested in a particular type of music or activity? Where would they be hanging out? In Facebook communities? And then also finding adjacent businesses. So it doesn't have to be a direct competitor, but finding adjacent businesses, like if you're a hairstylist, maybe go find an esthetician, a medical esthetician that is in your area, and follow some of their followers.
You got to think about who your ideal clients are and like who, and maybe do giveaways and that type of thing with them. Because I mean, not with the client, but for me, like most of my ideal clients are glam queens. Like they, I mean, filler, Botox, extensions, probably lash extensions. Okay, great person for me to do a collab with. Probably Botox, you know, a med spa would also be a great person for me to collab with. Those are my ideal clients. My clients are their ideal clients. There is no losing to this situation.
Right. Giveaways are huge. Like collaborative giveaways are huge. And like networking with other business owners and referring to each other, like creating a relationship there, in person or digitally. And then, yeah, following. So like I'll also have people go to, because there's typically like an Instagram page of like best of town, insert your town here. And you might go follow some of the people who follow that account because those people very likely live in your town, right? And if you see one of their posts that you like, engage with it. I think a hurdle for a lot of people is like, I don't want to cold call, or like, you know, I don't want to come off as salesy. And this is a whole nother conversation because that's a mindset thing, especially when you're coming at a conversation from just being open and offering value. It's just about connection. It's not about like, here, come pay for my services. I just am cold calling you to do that. It ain't that, but we don't have to talk about that today.
Well, it's not that. That's important. I mean, you have to come at this from a place of actually wanting to provide value and being detached from whether they do or don't become a client.
Right.
So,
but a great way to kind of like bridge the gap, I guess, between you and the people who haven't found you yet is following them and liking some of their posts. And then they'll recognize that you exist, and your page should speak and read very clearly to that person of like exactly what you do. And if they are a potential client, they'll probably follow you. That's an invitation to say hello, right? There you go. So if you're afraid to just go message people, try that approach. Find some people in your area who follow other business owners, or like local pages, and just follow them and like their stuff if you do like it. If they have a picture of their dog, you think it's cute, like the damn post.
Like, if you're going into if you're going into these Facebook groups and thinking, hey, I'm just going to keep dropping promotions and stuff like that, that's not adding value. You're not making it about them. You're making it about you. Like, can you connect with people and drop genuine value for them? Can you?
It's literally not about you. That's why, like, yeah, there's fear of rejection, of course, with putting yourself out there. But at the end of the day, you have to remember, like, you are in your trade because you're passionate about helping people in whatever way that is, right? And so when you approach a conversation, it's not about you, it's about the other person. And if you have a solution to something, like a solution they need in their life, or if you offer the service that they really have been desiring or need, in their life. So take yourself out of that.
I, you know, at this point in my career, I go into every conversation with complete and utter detachment. If you're watching this on anything, then you are going to see that my nails are red because I didn't wear gloves yesterday. So there's that. I didn't paint them, but I also didn't wear gloves. But it's better than brown.
Hair dye. It is red hair dye, and it's all over the floor, by the way, Nikki, just so you know. I'm sitting in the studio where it all happened. It looks like a murder scene over here.
Gorgeous. Okay. So you know, I understand that a lot of this stuff could be intimidating for people and is intimidating for people, and they hesitate to actually do it. But like, here's the thing, you have to. And here's another thing that I want to say, like, what value can you provide for people? So in the beginning, when I was doing model calls, I was like, I have to make this like a no-brainer because guess what? Like, I'm not going to be so cocky. And that was after me already doing hair for a lot of years. Like, I was already talented. I came from having a full clientele to not having any because I moved. And like, I wasn't so cocky to be like, well, no matter what, I'm going to be charging my value. What value? Nobody knows I exist. I've got nothing. I have no demand. So what I do have to do is create social proof and create that buzz here now. And I know how to do that. I just need people to get in my chair. So I would do what it takes to get people into my chair and do their hair and do these big transformations, knock it out of the park. I would give them 30% off. Like, I would do a model call. I would give those people 30% off. Just the transformations that I actually wanted to do, not like what I want to attract more of are the services that I would do. And then what do I do? Like, I give them like an incredible experience. They got 30% off their first service. I will pre-book them at full price or not, or maybe they're not the ideal client, but who else do they know? Referral. Who else do they know that would also want to do something like that? And I will ask them right there, literally right there, to hook it up, make a 3-way text.
With your full chest, when you're not like, yeah, so I'm taking new clients, so maybe just say it with your full chest. Hey, it's been great to work with you today. I'd love to see you again. Who else do you know that might want to come in as a model? Or who else do you know that might be a great match for my services? The worst they say is, I don't know.
No one.
I have to think about that. Or nobody. The best they say is, I actually have a lot of friends. Yeah.
I'm like, awesome. You know, since I am rebuilding right now and I'm just really trying to build my portfolio of work and get the word out there, would it be cool if you actually just like did a 3-way text with us real quick so I could try and get them in? Like, other businesses do that all the time. And like, hairstylists still have this mental, not just hairstylists, but service providers in general have a mental block around it that, you know, I work with people to get over.
Because it feels I don't want to, it's annoying. Like, you're not annoying. Your clients want you to grow, really, especially if they're your ideal clients. Now, when you do a model call, are those always going to be your ideal clients? No, as Nikki said, like, you're getting people in your space, you know, like, you're exposing yourself to more people. They have a mouth, they have friends, they're going to talk to people about the service, especially if you can provide them an exceptional one, right? So maybe they won't come back full cost, but look at it from a business perspective. You are a business owner. Other businesses use these methods. It doesn't have to be anything besides that, right? Like, you should, with your whole heart and full chest, put yourself out there. And when you're in person with people, plug your business, give your business cards, have these sort of connections and conversations you can have on social media in person too. Go to the local farmers market, have a conversation. Go to where you think your ideal client might hang out. Very likely, they're a representation of us in a sense, our ideal clients. Very likely you'll enjoy being in that space. And make some connections. Put yourself out there, smile at someone, say hi, and see where it goes from there. You've got to put yourself out there, because if you opened your business, there's a vision, there's a dream behind it, right? And if it's not growing right now, I believe you should be doing everything that you possibly can to make it grow. Yeah. Put your pride and ego to the side.
And not even just that, but people will be like, you know, I tried this and I did get like a couple of people reached out to me from it, but Nothing like crazy. And I'm like, well, first of all, how many times did you try it? Just like twice. Okay. Well, since you did have, or like, oh, I did a model call and like 2 people reached out. So I did get 2 new clients. Okay. So more.
That's great.
Find what works and do more of it until you hit a wall. And then you do something else. But when you find the thing that works, go fucking hard, man. Like if you reach out to 100 people and you get 3 clients out of it, then reach out to 2 freaking hundred instead.
Right.
If you are running ads and you're getting conversions from that and clients are actually sitting in your chair from it, then run more ads. Then you focus on, you don't just automatically like go like, oh, I've tried this works. I'm going to do something different now. Run that shit into the wall. Really. Now, when you are having these conversations, I find that so many people struggle with this. Like, how do I even have that conversation? Okay, so somebody reaches out to you and says, hey, I saw your post and it looked really cool. And you're like, oh, yeah, cool. Well, how much is that service? And you're like, well, my prices actually start at like $250. That conversation is going to fall flat and they're probably going to go in another direction. I mean, you did the worst.
They don't know you. They don't trust you. You haven't bridged any sort of gap. You know nothing about them. You didn't ask them any questions.
So I usually say, well, the first thing I want to know is like, well, let me ask you something, actually. We can get into all that, but I want to like get a better understanding of what you're looking for first. What is it that like caught your attention about my ad or my page? Well, I just really like your work. I think it looks really cool. Oh, so you reached out to me because you think my work looks cool. Well, like what specifically were you hoping to get done? Well, I just, I wanted to pop in a few highlights. I saw that this, and this, and okay. And have you ever had highlights like this before? Yeah, but I didn't really like them and da 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 da. Well, okay. What do you feel like you didn't like? They're going to tell you what's important to them and what's gone wrong before so that you can fill in that gap for them. Well, actually, they were like too chunky and I just can't find anybody to get it right. Okay. And like you saw something on my page specifically that like was what you want. Yeah. Okay, cool. Like I would love to just do a quick virtual consultation with you and see if I could possibly make that happen. And then we can get into all the logistics and move forward. Would that be cool? Hi, that's how you do it, ladies, gentlemen, folks, humans of the world. That's how you do it. Stop being so awkward. Make it about them, not about you. Just ask the right questions and actively listen. And there's a lot more that we need to get into about this, but like,
of course,
get the eyeballs, put yourself out there, know the value that you provide, know the problems that you solve for people. Find the thing that works and do more of it.
Progress over perfection always, right? Like this might be a really big challenge because it's something you've never done before and there's all this fear behind it, but like just do it, you'll get better at it. And there's more practical skills that like we can't dive into because we have such limited time. But just start. Like literally if you don't, again, if you opened your business, there was a dream, there was a why. If you're not willing to give up on it, and it's not growing, you need to try something different. And this does work, point blank, period. Connecting always works. It converts. You just have to take the first step to do it. Always. And it might feel uncomfortable and you might suck, but you know what? You'll get better and you'll get more comfortable as you continue to just do it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we got for you today. Next episode, we will dive probably a little bit more into what those combos need to look like. And from there, well, I guess you're just going to have to wait.
You're going to have to wait.
Like, subscribe. If you want to dive further into this conversation, please book a little call with our team, apply for our services. Listen, like, I don't know if we can help you or not. I don't know you. I might know you, but I don't know if I know you. And the only way to know if we can help you is if you hop on a call. So we have a lot of different things that we offer for different people. So you might as well just freaking do it.
We'll link everything below. Share this podcast with other business owners. You're amazing.
Gotta go. Bye.
Bye, time slicers.
Thank you for listening to Slice Squad Spills. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe, leave a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback is going to help us improve and attracts more listeners to the show. Please share with your fellow time slicers. And hey, if you're ready to optimize your time and double your income, we've got you covered.